I've watched motivational videos, I've understood procrastination, I've even written down my plans and goals. But I'll start tomorrow. Why does this happen? You've probably heard about procrastination, laziness, or lack of discipline, but have you ever wondered why this happens in the first place? Why, as the most evolved species on this planet, do we struggle to take action despite having all the capabilities to succeed? Let's go a little deeper. There are two key parts to this: the physical or material aspect of our brain, and the spiritual or subconscious side, which is much deeper and more fascinating. See, we are the product of millions of years of evolution. Life started as a single-celled organism, like an amoeba, and evolved into humans. We are close relatives to monkeys, creatures that are energetic and active. Yet we, as humans, often feel the opposite. Why? Here's where it gets interesting. As humans evolved, we developed something unique, a spiritual side. Now, I know some of you may think this is woo-woo, but stick with me. By the end of this video, you'll give it a thought. We have two sides to us. More specifically, our brain has two sides. The first is the conscious mind, responsible for thinking, reasoning, and making decisions. The second is the subconscious mind, often called the spiritual existence, which influences our habits, behaviors, and feelings. The physical brain. The brain is a physical organ, made up of materials like fats and neurons. It's responsible for everything from movement to memory, but it's not the whole story. The subconscious mind. Now, this is what excites me. The subconscious mind is something you can't see or touch. It's what you experience within yourself, sometimes referred to as the soul. Your thoughts, self-talk, behaviors, and habits come from here. It's like the storage center of your mind, where every experience, memory, and emotion is stored. Let me explain in more detail. Conscious versus subconscious mind. The conscious mind is what you're using right now. It's aware of what's happening in the present moment, what you see, hear, feel, and think right now. It's like your short-term memory. The conscious mind is limited in capacity, and when it's distracted, things can slip from awareness, like when you forget a phone number but recall it later. On the other hand, the subconscious mind is like the storage drive of your brain. It holds every bit of information you've ever experienced, whether you're aware of it or not. It influences your behavior, reactions, and habits. For example, why you procrastinate, overeat, or feel anxious in certain situations is often driven by what's stored in the subconscious. Think of it like an iceberg. Your conscious mind is the visible tip, but the rest, 90% of it, is submerged, unseen, and represents the subconscious. This hidden part influences your actions, thoughts, habits, and reactions without you even realizing it. Now, are you starting to see the connection? This is why it's so difficult to change. Why change feels impossible. Your past behaviors, habits, and experiences are stored in the subconscious. So, when you're faced with a similar situation, your brain doesn't need to think. It just replays a pre-recorded response from the subconscious. This is how we become stuck in patterns of procrastination or bad habits. Our brain is designed to conserve energy and make life easier, which is why it defaults to these pre-recorded behaviors. But the key to change lies in one powerful tool: attention. The key to change. Pay attention. Think about this. Your attention is rooted in your conscious mind. It's a purposeful, deliberate action. So, when you want to change a behavior, you have to first pay attention to that behavior. Let's use an example. Imagine you want to quit smoking. The first step is to notice when you want a cigarette. You might be thinking about work, feeling stressed, or having a conversation, but in the background, you subconsciously reach for that cigarette. The moment you catch yourself doing this, you've activated your conscious mind. You've brought attention to it. Once you've paid attention, the next part is even harder: controlling the action. Once you've noticed the behavior, you have to actively resist it. This isn't easy. It requires you to question why you're acting this way. What triggered the urge? Maybe it's stress, boredom, or anxiety. It won't be immediately clear because all this time your subconscious has been running the show. But the more you pay attention, the more you'll understand your triggers. In time, this conscious awareness allows you to break the cycle. The more you do this, the more you train your subconscious to form new habits and behaviors. Change is difficult, but it's possible. It starts with paying attention to your behaviors and controlling your actions. As you do this repeatedly, you'll become more aware of your habits in all areas of life. You'll start walking differently, talking differently, and thinking differently. In time, you'll train your subconscious to adopt new behaviors and habits. If you want a more in-depth video on how to train your subconscious mind to become a better version of yourself, hit that like button and subscribe. And don't forget to share this video with someone who's struggling to change. Thanks for watching.